G2. Thank you guys very much. Standing by with Zven, who is receiving a lot of applause from the fans as well. I hope you'll be able to hear me, so I'll speak up a bit. Obviously, the game plan was quite clear from you guys, but I'd love to know what you have to say or what your thoughts are on what it turned into, and it became a very difficult game.
I think this game, we were kind of caught off guard by that comp and the lane swap. I mean, we saw the lane swap earlier today, but we didn't play out our lane swap very good. We always have practice against this lane swap from EU. Fnatic did this sometimes in scrims and on us. Also, that comp, this Taliyah, Bard, Ziggs, very mobile team comp. We didn't know how to play split push against this or play a comp, so we were like lost in the game of what to do. And we took one bad fight and it kind of collapsed a little bit, and we were like lost of how to play the game. And we decided we just said to ourselves, this is AR mid. Go mid and just AR mid. And
Aramid, and it worked in this case, but it seems that you guys are learning along the way. The fact that you're going towards these protect the AD carry compositions with a lot on you, is that a testament to how you feel and how strong you feel in this tournament so far?
I personally don't demand this kind of comps. I don't ask, hey guys, let's play this comp because I want to play this comp and look cool. I play what Joey, our coach, thinks is best, and whenever we play this kind of comp, it usually works. And it also works in practice, this kind of comp. And we practiced the Nunu before. We didn't just pick it for fun. We actually practiced it, and it always works for us. But today, I think in the first game against WE, we fell really far behind, really fast. And yeah.
We'll take a quick pause as they're cheering for the other team setting up. Final question. I'll try to keep it simple. With all you've learned, how do you think you guys have been dealing with the stress and the circumstances so far?
What?
How have you been dealing with the stress and the circumstances so far?
I don't think there is any stress on us. The first day we played against the two best teams, arguably before the tournament started, and we were just fine. Winning or losing didn't matter, right? And I think that everyone has confidence and good morale, so I don't think there's stress. If we lose, it's not going to change anything anyways. And there's only things to gain, I think, today.
And they are helping as well, I guess. Well, thank you very... Oh, you want to say anything about the crowd?
Yeah, actually, I was a little bit disappointed today about my performance. I don't think I played very well individually. I was given a lot of tools to carry, like Channel, Nunu, Lulu, but I didn't really play to my usual level, and it kind of made me disappointed in myself after the first game and second game a little bit as well. But whenever you walk off stage here, everyone is cheering for you, and it's so nice, and it cheers you up a little bit and makes you a little bit happy. So yeah, I'm grateful for all the fans here. They are amazing, I think.
We'll catch the end of that, but I'm sure the people at home that thank you very much. Congratulations, Zven. And now back over to you guys.
Thank you so much, Shocks. I mean, look, the crowd is making it hard for us to do our jobs, but that means that the crowd is awesome.
Yeah, I like Soup as well, Dash. Definitely do.
Yeah,
no,
right?
I think it's fantastic, especially because G2 eSports, they have a lot of fans in Europe, but they have even more anti-fans that will just always root against them. In Hamburg, it was kind of the local town for the Unicorns, so despite playing super well, the crowd wasn't exactly behind them. And speaking from experience, these are moments you will cherish forever in your life. When you walk on a stage and the crowd just goes bonkers for you, that is exactly what these guys needed, because they've been under so much pressure, winning domestically, almost undefeated, and it's almost never enough for their own fans. They come to Brazil and they just get praised everywhere, and they finally get that little reprieve that they want so badly.
Especially for international competitions. It's so stressful for all these guys coming and competing here, competing for their region. Their entire region, has that pressure on their shoulders.
You want to talk about stress. This game must have been stressful to play in. What a slugfest. And before we try and do anything analytical about it, I want to take another look at the final team fight. This one brought to you by Acer here, as G2 does close it out, but in terrifying fashion.
I mean, ultimately, though, Gigabyte Marines still struggle to close games late, and it would be such a shame if someone drafted a Kog'Maw against them, and that's pretty much what happened. Spin, it's late game Kog'Maw. He'll come into this fight, and he'll just make people disappear.
And the craziest thing about this one, too, is that this was a very quick call from G2. They talked about feeling lost, and everyone who plays the Gigabyte Marines feels like they don't, have a lot of time, and, they aren't catching up to this style of play. But G2, right after that, they took down the mid lane and went immediately over to that Elder Dragon. It was like maybe 5 seconds before the rest of, Gigabyte Marines could really contest them and set up for that fight, and that's what really allowed G2 to come out with that huge victory in that team fight.
We also saw their comp come to fruition. If you can balance use the Kog'Maw in the back lines and still have everybody peel for him. That's how it works. The moments where G2 were falling behind is when they got surprised by flanks, maybe a Bard ulti, that annoying Taliyah wall, just all these tools to split off Zven or get him to get focused. But this was a perfect fight. He was max range, dealing damage consistently, and then the tools weren't used sufficiently by the Gigabyte Marines, and that eventually was the late game winning teamfight.
And kind of looking at the other side at Gigabyte Marines composition, I actually really like what it allows and kind of shores up for them. Again, this is a team that really struggles to close things out, and when you have something like a Ziggs, like a Taliyah, like a Bard, you're able to get around the map so quickly. It kind of shores up the fact that they can't really play like a traditional macro style game, that it cuts in half their time that they have to spend with towers, and they can spend the rest of the time killing people.
All right, now let's take a breath and let's go back to the beginning. Top lane, first 3 kills that came out here in this game. Krepo, walk me through this, because this is where all the action started.
Yeah, this is just G2. They knew they were around, but it's in how they persevere. Like Gigabyte Marines, when they commit to a call, they don't send one guy up, they don't send 2 guys up, they send the entire bloody party.
And they don't even stop at the first attempt. That was like the second or third attempt of the same attempt up on top side. The determination of these guys to force the play and make it work.
Trick's like, you know what, we touch a gang, I'm going to drop a ward here and leave, and I'm going to play my normal game of League of Legends. I have flash up, if I get caught, I'll be fine, right? But he gets knocked back into knockback, and he dies, and they just keep committing. This is right after they flashed in the return and missed everything, and they hard commit. This is actually not a great play for the Gigabyte Marines, but there's just...
But it really is. It's pedal to the metal the entire time for this squad. I mean, it's C champ, kill champ, and then, hey, there's also an objective there, so why don't we take that as well?
Die first, think later, and then maybe readjust, but then probably just dive again. That is like their entire play style, and it makes it so satisfying to watch.
All right, so then let's go ahead and take a look at a fight that it was kind of initiated in that same fashion. Gigabyte Marines coming up with a 4-for-1, plus the Baron here in the top lane. Now, of course, this gave them an advantage in the game that they would then later throw.
Yeah, and I really like Optimus's play in particular on this top part. He absorbs so much pressure from 3 different members and spends so much time, and it allows the rest of Gigabyte Marines to kind of get their eggs in order on the bottom side of this fight.
Exactly. Look how spread out G2 end up. They're trying to collapse on a couple straggling members of the Gigabyte Marines, and yet they just turn it around and pick them apart. Really good use of the Zonias and stuff as well to gain time.
And then this September great. We gotta praise Archie for this bar play. And we were watching this game. I had the Fizz show DMing me on Twitter. It's like, oh, we did it. We finally won. You know, we won the game. And when this fight was happening, all I had to do was write to him very quickly, turn it off. Turn it off real quick. This is not happening. Like, somehow these guys always find a way to fight themselves back into the game with these crazy team fights. Bard ultimates, Taliyah walls. It was fantastic.
But here's the thing. This team is fun to watch, but if they don't start picking up the W's and closing out the games, they're not going to make it to that bracket stage and give us more of these fun games. So with wins like that, where they then get the Baron, it's imperative that this team find ways to not hand those kills back over. Control the game, slow it down, take a breath every once in a while.
Yeah, but how do they get ahead? Is by surprising the opposition by saying, you know what, we're playing super aggro league. What are they never doing? Farming their side lanes, pushing up the minion waves. That's exactly why it works too. Everybody expects people to play the same League of Legends, so you need it to like work 4 times in a row for you to win a game. But the traditional counter is just playing the smart game where you pick up the guaranteed creeps in the side lanes, you unlock these objectives. So I don't even know if they need to switch it up. I think they just need to keep doing the same thing and hope it keeps working.
Fine-tuning. That's all they got to do. Fine-tune the same strategy, keep running at the rest of these teams. Now, we've seen a lot of action today, but there's one more score.